Hey, it's Antweb. So today I am going to be going over test tube setups and why they're the most efficient way of keeping queen ants in their founding stage. So if you didn't know, queen ants go out and fly in something called a nuptial flight, which is when they mate with other ants and start their colony. So they make this thing called a claustral cell or a claustral chamber, which is where they start out their colony, and then when the colony gets to a better size, they build a bigger nest. So one reason why the test tube setup is the best way to keep queen ants during their founding stage is because it simulates their claustral chamber. So all you need for this test tube setup is a test tube, 2 cotton balls, and some water. So first, you put water inside the test tube and pour it up until it's enough room for the queen ant to wander around, but about halfway is good. So then you take 1 cotton ball and then, oh by the way, you want to have very clean hands before this, and then you just push in the cotton very fast so that there isn't any air bubbles that will cause mold. So what most people do is they use Q-tips too. So then if there's any extra water on the top, they can just pick it back up with the Q-tip. In this case, I didn't use a Q-tip. So you want to dump out all the extra water that was inside the test tube. Then you put your queen ant inside if you have one. And if you don't, then worker ants don't need this setup because they can't live without the queen. So you just put the last cotton ball on the top. Now you don't want to put a cap on it because the queen ant needs to have air. And by doing this, it will suffocate the queen or queens. So you just put the last cotton ball on top. Now if the queen ant starts to pull on the cotton and it's not Camponotus, which is the bigger type of ant and is a carpenter ant, because carpenter ants are a natural cotton puller. So if they start pulling on the cotton, you want to put them inside a tubes and tubs setup. So all that you need for that is a tub, and if you want it to be naturalistic, then you can add some sand, but don't hydrate the sand because that would influence the queen ants to dig their own nests. You also want to put food in there and release the cotton off the top of the test tube like this. Then you want to stick it inside the setup and put something to cover the top of the test tube. If you don't cover the top of the test tube, it will be harder to move the ants in the future if you want to add new territory. So the tubes and tubs system is only for fully claustral ants. Now in the last video, I explained what semi-claustral and fully claustral ants are. So semi-claustral means that they can live off their muscles and they actually start their colony and get netic workers without having to eat. So they are the most common types of ants that you might find during nuptial flights. So that's semi-claustral. And then fully claustral ants means that you have to feed them honey or some sort of sugary food, so they can't start a colony without food, or they might starve to death. So if you want to keep your fully claustral ants place clean, but you don't have any tubs or tanks, then you can just put sort of like wax paper or aluminum foil underneath the food. So then you can keep their environment, their colostral cell nice and clean, and that reduces the chance of having mold. So I hope this video helped you guys. Of course, subscribe if you liked it, and also like the video and send me back feedback. I would truly appreciate it. So yeah, this is why the test tube setup is the best way to house a founding queen ant. Whoa, wait a minute. There's queen ants in this. How did that just happen? Huh. Weird. Well, if you guys like this video, of course leave a like and subscribe. That was weird at the end. So yeah, I hope you guys liked the video, and see you in the next video, which is probably gonna be tomorrow or the next day. So yeah, see you later. Bye.